Welcome to this transformative broadcast on Imani Television. This is the news hour where truth illuminates the headlines and the number one station that builds your faith in Jesus Christ. Guided by our unwavering commitment to integrity and compassion, we delve into the day's events, both near and far, with an objective insight that seeks to inspire, to inform, and to uplift. As the dawn of each story breaks, we will stand as beacons of hope, casting a light on the stories that truly matter to our global community. Join us as we navigate the currents of the world, guided by the unchanging principles of faith, and embark on our journey through the news unlike any other. This is News Hour on Imani Television. Make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel at Imani Television and our Facebook page that is the same name, and leave a comment on our live videos there. Let's get our top stories tonight.
Of cooperation and witnessed the signing of the memoranda that you have seen here, and a letter of intent to strengthen commercial collaboration and the promotion of investment between our two countries.
The Transport Managers Training Program will, without a doubt, it is a program worth scaling up across the country.
Learners are agile and ready to embrace the needs of the 21st century workplace.
That we were supposed to employ 12,000 healthcare workers each year. That is not the unions asking. It is what the government had committed to WHO to do.
Venye wanaelewa ni different na ukiwa in a town setup. So ikiwa grassroots na uanze kufanya hizo maprops, unawaelezea venye condom inatumika, like wanaona ni kama unafunza watoto tabia mbaya mapema.
Where we have the Board of Ordained Ministry, which interviews you to find out whether really God is calling you, whether you are ready, or whether you are calling yourselves.
This is contrary to the public finance management for the following reasons. One, there is not in force any framework for managing the proposed single digital payment platform.
All right, and welcome to the broadcast. My name is BARASA SAENYI, and you're watching News Hour. Let's begin our bulletin tonight. Now, President William Ruto has announced the visa-free entry of Indonesian citizens to Kenya. Speaking during the joint press briefing at State House with Indonesian President Joko Widodo, Ruto said Kenya is open for business between the two nations. This is the third country within a month that the government has announced that will enjoy visiting the country visa-free. Comoros and Senegal nationals were in July given the freedom of coming into the country visa-free. Ruto also said the government will abolish the visa requirement for Comoros citizens by the end of the year. Let's watch what he said.
President Widodo and I have had fruitful bilateral engagement during which we discussed various issues, set out priority areas of cooperation and witnessed the signing of the memoranda that you have seen here and a letter of intent to strengthen commercial collaboration and the promotion of investment between our two countries. This visit by Your Excellency reaffirms the strong bonds of friendship between our nations and show our interest in deepening and strengthening our partnership to enable us thrive now and into the future. During our discussions, President Widodo and I seized the opportunity to share ideas about scaling up on collaboration to seize an emerging opportunity towards improving the balance of trade between our two countries. We have also, I have informed His Excellency the President that Kenya is open for business. A significant step in this direction must remain the relaxation of and progressive abolition of visa restrictions to enter or to entry between our two nations. On our part as Kenya, we have taken the decision to extend the visa-free entry not only to holders of diplomatic and service passports, but to all holders of Indonesian passports. So our friends from Indonesia can now come to Kenya visa-free.
Now, and Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has asked boda riders to guard the subsector against infiltration by criminal gangs disguising as entrepreneurs. Speaking on Monday in Nairobi during the launch of Nyandarua County's Boda Yangu Ofisi Yangu training program, the Deputy President said the government is keen on supporting the boda subsector, which is a key driver of the country's economy. While asking the riders to obey the law, Gachagua said the police have been asked to work with them in bringing sanity to the subsector.
Meet and interact with the real hustlers as we launch the Boda Yangu Ofisi Yangu program for Nyandarua County. The Transport Managers Training Program will, without a doubt, it is a program worth scaling up across the country. Boda is a critical subsector of the economy of this country. Earning an average of 1,000 shillings a day, there are over 1.2 million riders. The riders here represented by Magdalene Jerry. The advent and rapid economic fortunes of our country from the bottom. We are introducing electric motorcycles. This will complement other partners who are already working under the e-mobility project, which is more reliable and cheaper. We are at about 92% of green energy. We are working with our partners to fully exploit. I wish to commend the boda subsector across the country for the contribution to the economy. In our plan, we are riding green to help us fight climate change by reducing carbon emissions in fossil fuel. On this note, we welcome the ongoing discussions between the Nyandarua Boda Association.
Now, moving forward, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has challenged African countries to prioritize education reforms, saying this is the only way Africa will remain competitive globally. He said there is an urgent need to provide equal opportunities for all learners across the continent in a move to harness competent and productive graduates. And as for the images that you can see on your screen right now, he made the remarks today when he presided over the 39th Association for Education Assessment in Africa conference that is ongoing in Nairobi.
Our desire is that learners are agile and ready to embrace the needs of the 21st century workplace. We therefore hope to benefit from conference discussions on leveraging ICT in assessment. While discussing the sub-theme, managing the social educational effects of higher education stakes assessment to ensure equity and fairness.
Now, the Senate is expected to be recalled for a special sitting to consider the motion seeking to legally establish the National Dialogue Committee after the National Assembly gave it a nod on Thursday last week. This was revealed after the committee's third meeting, where its members reviewed the progress that have been made since the formation of the 10-member team. The members were concerned that politicians were making utterances casting doubt on the ability of the National Dialogue Committee, its leadership urging Kenyans to ignore the doubts. While the committee will hold its fourth meeting on Friday, the technical committee will continue to stay up until Thursday as they form up the framing of issues.
The two technical teams presenting both sides in the dialogue have continued to engage very, very constructively, and especially on the twin issues of the framework agreement and the framing of issues.
We are all here from both coalitions engaging in good faith. We want to confirm to the country that Kenyans of all walks of life have their views and their opinions, which we appreciate, and we recognize their rights to the freedom of expression. But whatever other Kenyans say out there will not in any way determine the discourse of the engagements in this room. And we will work ignoring all the other noise that will come from other quarters out there.
And now the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Pharmacists, as well as Dentists Union, that is KMPU.
Why are you stressed out? Why are you not sleeping at night? I concluded a long time ago in my Christian walk that the scripture says God never sleeps nor slumbers. And since he don't sleep, ain't no need of me staying up all night. Somebody look at your neighbor and say, I'm gonna go ahead to bed and see how God gonna work it out. He might have it all fixed by the time I get up in the morning. I can't change it. I can't fix it. I can't turn it around. But the God that I serve sure can.
All right, welcome back, and we apologize for that technical hitch. Now, the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Pharmacists, as well as Dentists Union, that is KMPDU, wants universal healthcare, which was part of the Kenya Kwanza manifesto to be included in the bipartisan talks. The union is calling on the Ministry of Health to address the shortage of health workforce as promised in the Kenya Kwanza manifesto to improve health service delivery in the country. The union says it will stage a process on September 12th to petition the ministry to absorb more healthcare workers.
The state of healthcare in the country has deteriorated than ever before, because before devolution, the population we had at that point and the Kenyan population now has changed. But the number of healthcare workers, as you all know, has deteriorated.
That we promised, and the CS signed actually, because that was a conference in Brazil that was about HRH, that we were supposed to employ 12,000 healthcare workers each year. That is not the unions asking. It is what the government had committed to WHO to do, so that by 2017, we would think about implementation of universal health coverage. By now, we have not even employed the 12,000 that we were supposed to be doing annually.
Tunasimama kila wakati the same problem ndio tunaongelea. Basi mwito wetu kwa serikali ni kwamba wafungue macho na waweze kuhuzisha matatizo yale ambayo yaliyopo yanayohusikana na afya yaweze kuwekwa katika yale maongezi ambayo yanaendelea.
Now, and civil society, Linda Ugatuzi, has filed a petition at the Milimani High Court seeking to squash what the organization has described as President William Ruto's unilateral and arbitrary direction on closure of all government digital payments so as to allow embodying of all government services, national and county, into one platform. The lobby warns that this move will be used to deny unfriendly counties their revenue. They are also seeking to know who is the supplier of the platform where these payments will be taking place, asking the court to cease the implementation of new orders as it will lead to a loss of over 74,000 jobs across the country.
Seeking the court to squash President William Ruto's unilateral and arbitrary direction on the closure of all government digital payments so as to allow onboarding of all government services, national and county, into one digital payment platform, e-Citizen, effective from 30th September this year, 2023. This is contrary to the public finance management for the following reasons. One, there is not in force any framework for managing the proposed single digital payment platform. Two, there has not been any public participation in formulating the single digital payment platform. Number four, the centralization of all national and county government payment into a single one is contrary to the spirit of devolution, as it does not promote the distinctiveness of national and county level governments. 237 businesses that has been running all these payment platforms across the countries and across the country will be closed down. And this amounts to 74,237 jobs that will be lost during these hard economic times.
By channeling that payments to one bank or one firm, is creating unfair competition, and many people will lose jobs.
A clear scenario of a county like Kisumu, where I come from, where the governor may not be in good political terms with the president. Now we've collected all the funds and placed it at the mercy of the president. Do you want to tell me, just as Kenya has excluded Nyanza region in the road upgrading system, the same way we are going to miss out on development, we have to go and...
Now, Kaimosi University administration has defended itself against claims of bias and nepotism by local political leaders, saying their recruitment and procurement procedures are above board. Speaking at the university ground, the university legal officer Lynette Mayavi said the procurement processes are objective and all bidders who have been unsuccessful at the institution have been given briefs on why they did not succeed. Local leaders, including Hamisi MP Charles Gimose, have accused the university management of denying locals jobs and procurement opportunities. Let's watch.
Tunataka mahasala waandikwe hapo kwa university, si ndio? Yeah. Na mahasala ni cleaners. Nyinyi mnasikia hata kampuni ya kufagia hapo inatoka Nakuru. Na wamefuta hata watoto wenu 7.
Na hii mambo inakuja leo sababu kazi ya Vice Chancellor imetangazwa pale. Na mimi sitaki mtu aongee ukabila kwa mambo hii. Hakuna mtu anasema fulani sijui ni kabila hii, fulani ni kabila hii. No. Hatuwezi sema ukabila, si ndio?
We are saying the university must cater for the people of this county and this country. Yes. That's what we are looking for. We are not going to fight around every day, every night, every now and then.
There's this one narrative that keeps going around. I, as legal, have taken it even to the social media sometimes to answer. They say that the locals should be 70%. No, it is a third. As per the National Cohesion and Integration Act, it is a third of any should not be the same community. We had 218, and therefore only 73 should be from this community. And as I read, you already realize that we've surpassed that number.
Now, let's take a look at some health news. A significant step has been taken to assist individuals suffering from sickle cell anemia in Migori County, as the county has inaugurated its first dedicated clinic for this condition. Previously, these patients had no choice but to seek medical care in neighboring counties, given the absence of specialized services within Migori. Health professionals at Rongo Hospital emphasize that lack of awareness has led to misunderstandings, and the prohibitively high treatment expenses have posed a significant obstacle. According to Maurice Otieno, the medical superintendent in Rongo sub-county, the establishment of this clinic is poised to dispel misguided beliefs associating the disease with witchcraft. This clinic's launch was graced by Agnes Ochilo, who is the county governor's spouse, who expressed her joy in the fact that the clinic will play a vital role in educating people about sickle cell anemia. Let's watch.
Initiation of a sickle cell clinic in Rongo has been received well in the community, because in the western side of the country, especially in our place, sickle cell is endemic. So it is like a disease which is there. Everybody, nearly a lot of people have them. So when this thing was initiated, people were very happy that the clinic had been initiated in their area to help them.
That people believe that sicklers cannot reach 35 years old or even above 18 years old. But look at me now, I've reached that age because of the support and the love that I've been getting from my community, because they were well educated and there was creation of awareness about the sickle cell disease. So I've not got challenges mostly in my community.
I'm glad that now at least they've been able to address over 100 cases, though because of challenges the numbers keep reducing and fluctuating. But my joy is that now people know about sickle cell, they are able to talk about it, and we are able to see warriors coming out to support the others.
All right, we head to Homa Bay County from Migori County, and Homa Bay County has witnessed an alarming escalation in incidences of violence against women, with the data from the county health department revealing a concerning surge of 51%. According to these figures, approximately 50 women are affected each month in the county. The CEO of God Will Provide organization, Newton Ogada, stressed the importance of refraining from resolving marital conflicts through violence. Instead, he emphasized the need for spouses to engage in constructive discussions to address their disputes effectively. This surge in violence has deeply troubled women's rights advocates in Homa Bay County, who are grappling with this issue that disrupts the lives of many. The outdated customs and traditions of the region have also been pointed to being contributors to the surge in gender-based violence. Let's watch.
Gender-based violence statistics, and 50 cases are reported each month, and there are some cases that definitely go unreported, and this is where our worry comes in, and that's where we are implementing a GBV intervention called the Virtual Justice Club that empowers the community to be aware of their rights and for them to follow the correct channel in case their rights are violated. So we have already implemented the second phase of the program, where we train the students, the teachers, the parents, the local administration, the children department, for them to correctly report cases of gender-based violence, and to also empower the community at large on matters gender-based violence.
When you are married, you are a father. You need to show a figure father or a figure mother to the family that God has given to you. Violent is not good at all to the marriages. So I'm just advising people that when you are married, try to find a way of understanding why you got married and why you are in that marriage. I know the devil is fighting against marriage all the time, but stand firm and say, this is my family, I have to defend them, I have to stand with them, and I have to give what is the best for the family to be given.
Now, as stakeholders raise a mix of sentiments regarding reproductive health education in primary schools, the Ministry of Health is actively working on devising novel strategies to curb the spread of HIV and AIDS infection, particularly among the youth. This comes in response to the latest statistics, which indicate that young individuals between the ages of 15 to 29 account for over 52% of the infections. Emodi Hallan tells us more.
The government is currently planning strategies to reduce the spread of HIV infection. The initiative aims to curb the transmission of the HIV viruses through various measures. These measures include comprehensive awareness campaign, increased accessibility to testing and treatment services, and the promotion of safe practices. According to the health officials, the government is actively collaborating with healthcare organizations and experts to formulate.
Unajua ukiwa grassroots, venye wanaelewa ni different na ukiwa in a town setup. So ukiwa grassroots na uanze kufanya hizo maprops, unawaelezea venye condom inatumika, like wanaona ni kama unafunza watoto tabia mbaya mapema.
The government hope to empower individuals to make informed decisions regarding their sexual health. In addition to awareness campaign, the government is working on strengthening the healthcare infrastructure. This involves enhancing the availability of antiviral treatment.
We already have health education in our schools. We have reproduction health in our schools. In the curriculum that is already there, we already have health education. And when you talk about comprehensive, what is comprehensive?
I'm looking at opportunities where we can have structured, correct information, and we find structured ways of delivering this information to young people without causing harm. If we wait for them to turn 18, we'll have lost.
The government aims to encourage more individuals to seek testing and treatment, ultimately leading to a decline in new infection. Through this effort, the government is determined to make significant strides in the fight against HIV by addressing both the medical and social aspects of the issue. The aim is to create a healthy society where HIV transmission is minimized and those living with viruses receive the support they needed. Reporting for Imani Television, I'm Emodi Hallan.
Well, thanks, Alan. Now, in other news, the United Methodist Church in the country has supported the government's initiative to regulate certain churches that propagate misleading religious ideologies. Archbishop Daniel Wandabula, the leader of these churches in East Africa, stated that there is a necessity for church leaders to be regulated in order to ensure that this discipline is not misused. Wandabula spoke in Mombasa County during a conference that included representatives from various East African nations. Let's watch.
Opportunity to have checks and balances, and it will enable the people and the government to safeguard against false doctrines, like what happened where we lost very many people who died by fasting and not eating for many days. So it's a good thing. After answering the call, you go for theological training, and after getting theological training, still you go through the system of the church where we have the board of ordained ministry, which interviews you to find out whether really God is calling you, whether you are ready, or whoever you are calling yourselves. So that's a good thing. It's good to have those structures and the checks and balances in place.
All right, that's it for News Hour. Thank you so much for tuning in to Imani Television's evening news, your source for timely and insightful news coverage. As we conclude this segment, we encourage you to stay connected with us, seeking truth, hope, and inspiration in every aspect of your life. This is Imani TV, guiding you with the light of Christian insight. Health, hygiene, and wellness, our health program, is coming to you right after this bulletin, where we'll be discussing about the use and the effects of tobacco. My name is BARASA SAENYI, and on behalf of our production crew, we say thank you so much for watching and have a blessed night.
Je, wajua ukulima unatawala uchumi wa Kenya na ina uajiri wa hali ya juu? Basi hapa Imani Television tunakuletea kipindi cha ukulima mazao bora, upate kufahamishwa ukulima wa aina mbalimbali na kujifunza kutoka kwa wakulima waliobobea katika sekta hii na wataalamu wengine. Jiunge nami Zerida Chepkosgei kila Jumanne saa 2 usiku upate kujuzwa mengi.